YouTube. I thank God every day. I woke up feeling this way. I've been here loving myself, and I don't need nobody else. So I haven't made a video in so long, and I'm sorry. Life has been crazy, like it always gets. But life has been extra hard recently. I'm just pushing myself to keep fighting and do my homework and deal with school and keep up a healthy relationship with my girlfriend and just keep good friendships, keep healthy, strong friendships, and make friends at school. And I feel like I'm spreading myself really thin, but I'm also constantly sleeping and relaxing and making sure I'm eating, making sure I'm taking my medication, and I feel like I'm constantly trying to keep myself healthy, but on that I'm spreading myself so thin, because that's what college does. That's what life does to you. It spreads you thin. So I wanted to talk today about something pretty deep. I wanted to talk about life as a concept, the meaning of life, how to find a purpose in life. Why does it matter to find a purpose? Why do you matter? Why do I matter? I'm just gonna go right into it. I break down life into what I love to do, what can give me purpose. So I take the subcategory of what I love to do, and I name them, and I sit here and I name them, everything I love to do, and then I say, why do I love to do it? And sometimes it's as simple as I like enjoyment. Sometimes it's as complicated as I like to see the smile in this person's face when I do it. I like the way it makes me feel when they show me gratitude. I like blah, 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 you know? But all these ideas come together and they give me purpose. If you are struggling with finding your purpose, I understand that. It's so difficult to find why you're meant to be on this planet. And with thoughts of why am I meant to be on this planet come with, should I not be here anymore? Should I not live? Do I not deserve it? You do. If you're here and you're still living, you deserve it. End of story. That's my opinion, of course, but I believe everyone, no matter what they have done, deserves to continue to live until their body shuts down, until they end up not living. I believe some people who have done horrible crimes deserve to spend their life like being punished for them, or deserve to spend their life learning how to be a better person, learning how to be an active member of this society again. But I don't believe anyone should ever have their life taken away from them, regardless of what they've done. Because you have a life, and how is it our place to take that from you? How is that punishing you to take your life after you have done all these horrible things? Why does that make sense? But that's a me opinion, and I respect everyone else's opinions on life, because, you know. Sometimes it's loneliness that does it to you. Sometimes you feel so alone, so empty because of you feel so alone. And that's how life works sometimes. You are an individual. You are one person. In the end of the day, you can only depend on your one person. But that's not 100% true. Because there are so many people out there who care for other people. Once you gain this friendship with someone, once you gain this obligatingly attachment to someone where you feel you guys are a dependent relationship, you feel you need them. And a lot of times they feel they need you. And as long as you nurture the friendship and constantly remind them that you love them and you're here for them and you listen to them, they're gonna listen to you. I have hope in the world that most people will listen to you. And if they don't, how are they a good friend? There are so many others out there. Try to look for another one. Try to find another one. Maybe teach them how to be a good friend. But don't force them, because people never learn unless they want to learn, unless they want to be better. If they believe that they are at their peak of being good, they're not gonna fucking do anything. If they believe that they have problems, but they don't want to fix them because they're just so set in their ways, or they just don't feel like they deserve it, or they're not gonna learn. But that doesn't mean you have to hate them. Hating someone and distancing yourself are two very different things, and it's okay to distance yourself if you need it. But you should keep in contact about what you are doing. You should tell them that you need distance. You should always be open with people in your life who care for you. And don't ever think someone doesn't care for you. It's not your place to say that for them. If they say that to you, take it as fucking word. But if they don't say it, don't expect that they don't care. Ask them. And yeah, you'll sometimes, a lot of times, get a bullshit reason. Like, of course I care for you. What the fuck are you talking about? But like, you don't feel it. Talk to them about it. Like the other day, I had a conversation with one of my best friends, how I know they love me, and I don't doubt that. But sometimes I feel like I put in like a little tiny insignificant amount more into our friendship. Enough where I can feel it and it annoys me. And it was eating me alive. And I had so many examples of when I felt it, and I constantly nicked at the back of my throat, like they don't love me enough. They don't love me enough. They don't love me enough. And I sat down and I talked to him, and I was wrong. I was wrong. And he's working on showing me love more. Because true people will do that for you. People who won't will maybe say they'll do that and they don't actually try. But he's not like that. Because I know I have true friends. A lot of true friends. You know they're a true friend is if you are breaking down, you are having a moment of pain, and they're there. As well as when they are having their weak moments, their moments of pain, you're there. That's the important part. You have to give what you want to take. You can't half-ass give it. You can't sometimes give it. And you don't have to spend all your time with this person. I'm not saying that. But you have to make them aware that you love them. Send them a good morning text, or ask them in the middle of the day how they're doing. We have so much fucking technology these days. You can constantly be connected to people. And not constantly. You have a life. You're in class. Don't fucking text people. You're taking a shower. You don't need to be texting people during that shower. I get it. You have your own time. But you can also check up on people. And they will check up on you. If they don't and you need someone to check up on you, talk to them about it. Be like, hey, I don't think there's anything wrong with our friendship. I love it so much. I appreciate you so much. But I wanted to talk to you about this one thing. I feel like I'm in a state where I need someone to text me a lot. Not all the time, only when you have time and only when you're okay to do so. But I need support right now. can you give me some? Not that you're not, but that I need a little more. Can you give me a little more? And they'll either give you one of two answers. Yes, I can give you a little more. I understand that and I'm here for you. Or two, I can't because I feel like I'm giving you my all. And then it's up to you to decide, how unloved do you feel? Do you feel not loved enough? Or you're uncomfortable with the friendship, with the relationship, with the whatever? Or are you okay? Can you deal? Do you want to keep dealing? And then you tell them, and you guys talk about it and come up with a conclusion, and that's it. Life is about communication. Life is about living and expressing to people how to live, expressing to people how you do it, listening to people say how they do it, and growing together. If you guys are all growing apart, you're never going to have stability, because we as people are creatures who we're social creatures. We need people near us. We get very lonely very easily. You gotta be there for people, and they'll be there for you. But you also have to know when a relationship is done, when it's tired, and when it's overdrawn, and when it's abusive, when it's done. And you have to come up with the strength to tell them that you're not comfortable with what's going on anymore. And you have to decide, and they have to decide together that you need to leave, or they need to leave, or that you guys need to fix it. If you feel like you can't fix it, and you feel like you can't deal with it, get out. There's no shame in getting out. There's no shame in it as long as you are communicating with them that you need this. And when people are communicating with you that they need this, listen to them without jumping to conclusions that you are a horrible human being. They can tell you what they need without you attacking yourself or attacking them because you feel attacked. You need to listen to them with an open mind, think about it, and see what you can do with it. See how you can fix it. See if you even want to fix it, if you're giving your all, if you have things to be fixed. Because they're telling you have things that you need fixed. You should acknowledge that and either do one of two things. Decide you want to fix it or not. You won't, you can't, you're not gonna. You are who you are. People make decisions all the time. You have to make these decisions for yourself. Stay positive in this fucking world. Stay positive and do things, at least one thing a day that just would make you happy, is supposed to make you happy, does make you happy. Because life is really hard and you only have so much of it, that if you're not doing at least one thing that makes you feel joy a day, you're not living correctly. You should always be trying to do something that is either positive for you, that can help you be a better person. Also, have the hard conversations, the ones that you can never talk about, that I can never talk about because they're so bottled deep inside that I can't, because they're too scary, they're too painful. Sit down with someone you really trust, and you really love, and you know is there for you, and ask them if you can have a conversation about it. Try, or don't, or sit down by yourself and write it out. Sit down by yourself in front of a camera and film it. Sit down and record it. Sit down and just put it somewhere where you could potentially listen back, or just talk to yourself. Be your own therapist sometimes. And I'm not saying don't go to a therapist, because trust me, they're amazing. Everyone needs one. But also be your own therapist sometimes. Take care of yourself. take your medication, eat food, drink enough water, live correctly, because your body will thank you for that. When you put the right things in, better things come around you. You may not believe it, or you may think it's bullshit, but it shows. When you start filling yourself with pain, or if you submerge yourself in the pain, or you let yourself wallow for weeks, and I don't mean days, because we all need a day where we just are sulking in our pain, just burritoing that shit and just sitting there and just crying and eating McDonald's, and we all need those. That's okay. When those days turn into weeks, or those weeks turn into months, that's when you need to put down the blanket, put down the shit food, and get up and do something productive for yourself. Because we all need that. We need to put ourselves in the right places for us to get what we want out of this world. If you ever feel hopeless or lifeless, if you ever feel like you want to leave this world behind, you have to sit down with yourself and question every person you've ever touched, every person who's ever loved you. Know you will affect them if you end up dying. Sit down and think of every creature, everything that is depending on you, between pets, between plants outside, between co-workers. Think of the people who will care for you. Then think of what dreams you have. Think of what you won't accomplish if you end it right now. Think of all the things you wanted to do with your life. And instead of doing it, do one of the things. Make your life more fulfilled.